All right, gentlemen, we are going to be looking at the tactical, and we are going to be getting into our auto bolt rifle definitive guide 7.0. And unfortunately, I like this weapon. It has good fire rate on it, but it is very weak in the game right now. I would say it is probably the worst bolt gun in the entire game. So if you're not pairing it up with your parry scans, you're going to have a lot of trouble. Majors and above, the time to kill on this thing is very, very slow, and that's just the main problem with it. It has a pretty weak tree overall. It doesn't have great perks on it. It has one really good perk. We'll talk about that when we get into the gun. But overall, like I said, this is one of the weaker bolt guns in the game. We're going to tie a lot of damage to it just to really help us out. And you're definitely going to be in a lot of close quarter combat situations with this gun a lot throughout your operations. So we're going to have our heavy bolt pistol with this. Sometimes the time to kill, honestly, with the heavy bolt pistol, honestly, even feels better than the auto bolt, you know, for whatever reason. And then we are going to have this class set up right here with our class perks. We're going to get into our prestige perks, the auto bolt itself, and the heavy bolt pistol. And we can start it right here with our prestige perks. So we're going to have acuity to try to give us some extra damage with this thing. We have skilled supplier for our ammo reserve. We're going to take resilience for our Medicare stims, and we're also going to take fortitude to increase our health. So when we're coming up here to our core, this is where we're really going to tie some damage to the auto bolt, because it's definitely going to need it, guys. So we're going to have our 10% given to our primary weapon. We do need heightened vigor, because we need our knockback resistance. We're going to be up close and personal a lot. Emperor's Vengeance for some ammo. Aligned aim for another 15%. Now, if you are having survivability issues, you will have to drop down the transhuman physiology. And, you know, some people might have to take this because the time to kill, even with the 15%, is not great. So you really get stuck in there longer than you want to in a lot of your encounters. And then we have priority targeting. You want everything scanned as long as possible when it comes to the auto bolt. Battle focus, this is a must take. You have to have your parry scans. That's the only way you're going to make this weapon viable. And then we have concentrated fire for our 120%, and then we're going to finish it off here with radiating impact. So like I said, the only thing I would really switch here if I was anybody was transhuman physiology to grab yourself some more contested health. Personally, I'm going with the extra damage just to try to get my time to kill up a little bit. But as I said, even with the 15% right here, and this 10%, so an overall 25%, it's really it's a really slow time to kill. I would say it's the slowest out of all the bolt weapons. We are going to have our auto bolt in the ammunition version, and this is how we're going to set it up here. So, you know, the main thing is the tree is not great on this thing, guys. It has one really good perk, and I wish more guns had this. I think this is actually the only weapon with it. It is close combat, and that is enemies at a distance of no more than 15 meters. Take 15% more damage. So this is actually a very, very good perk. Like I said, I wish a lot more weapons had this. But other than that, guys, it's either you can have 10% base damage, or you can have 10% headshot damage. And, you know, that's really about it. Nothing else is really unique on this tree. And just in general, you don't have many perks on the gun to begin with. What is it? 2, 4, 6, it's 8 perks, and that's it. And a lot of other guns have like 10 or 11 perks. So it's a big difference, and you definitely notice it you know, throughout your playthrough. And I think that's why when we're jumping over to our secondary, heavy bolt pistol, plasma pistol, either one, they're both going to work well. And honestly, the time to kill on both of these weapons is going to be very similar to the auto bolt. Definitely when you don't have anything parry scanned, the heavy bolt pistol and the plasma pistol will take out enemies almost just as fast. And I'm telling you, if you're hitting headshots with your heavy bolt pistol here, this can take down enemies very fast. Like, I would even prefer the heavy bolt pistol over the auto bolt rifle, like in like neothropes and things like that. It seems like I do a lot better with the pistol here over the gun. So just keep that in mind throughout your playthroughs. This will be a good option for you to switch to. And then when we are looking at our melee options here, 100% you want to take the fencing version of the melee weapon. You need your parry scans everywhere. You're going to want your gun strikes. You're going to want everything up close. And like I said, you want to scan everything around you. So going with the fencing versions is just what I recommend when you're taking the auto bolt rifle. And then just how we're setting it up here, we have, we're going with double stomp here. But if you don't want to take double stomp, you will take this light attack one instead. And then as well as with the knife, this is how I run it. And then if you want to drop one of these combos, I would go with the extremist one over whatever combo you don't want. So like I said though, fencing guys, it's definitely going to be the way to run with the auto bolt rifle.